As Christians, we have not normalized enough the idea of fasting. Fasting is this beautiful thing that's part of like the idea of Sabbath, right? And typically, fasting is like, oh, abstaining from food, but it's so much more than that. If we just abstain from food but go about our normal life, that's not fasting. That's just not eating, dude. That's just dumb. But you see, when we fast, we are supposed to go to our secret place like Daniel, right, did? And you're supposed to pray, to connect with God, to listen for the voice of God, listen for his will, discern it, right? You're supposed to get in the word, like just be intentional time with God. And when we're resisting eating, it's like resisting the temptation. It's building that same spiritual muscle that we need to resist temptation, quite literally, to resist sin. Because first we're submitting to God, and then God is giving us the strength to resist that, and he's sustaining us. That is how it works. That's how we beat temptation, and fasting builds that muscle. Hebrews 4 literally says, let us strive to enter that rest so we may not fall the same sort of temptation. It's talking about like the idea of Sabbath around then, like you can appropriate that to fasting. And that's a beautiful thing. And fasting's so powerful too, because it's done before like every major thing in the Bible. Like Jesus, he fasted before he began his ministry, right? 40 days in the desert. He fasted to just connect, discern the will of the Father. And then he went out and did his ministry, most beautiful thing ever done, right? And the apostles, they would always fast before they sent out more disciples and made more churches. They would always do that. Isaiah, he fasted when he was lamenting over Israel and like making his plea known to God. And David was fasting after like he fell to his sin, right? With Bathsheba, he fasted because it incorporates connection with God. It incorporates discernment. If you want to grow in wisdom and discernment, you don't just need to read the Bible, you need to fast too, because you need to dwell on the words of God, and you need to hear his voice, because he does speak. He does. He doesn't speak often, he doesn't speak loud, but he says, my sheep know my voice. So you need to get in the word to know his voice, and they need to listen for it, because sometimes it's like a whisper, and sometimes he speaks through people. Sometimes he speaks through his word, and sometimes you genuinely hear a voice. It's weird. So go fast. It's genuinely a life-changing thing. I never used to do it, but man, I'm not good enough about it. I need to do it more, but it's so powerful. So go fast, go stay in the word, and go pray.